Hello friends, my name is Courtney Locke, and yes, that is a picture of my face behind my face. Welcome to my YouTube channel. You're also going to be able to find this Welcome to my YouTube channel. You're also going to be able to find this video on Actor Mommy Productions, which is the new YouTube channel for my new production company. I'm very excited about it. We have a lot of good things in the works. What? We are working actor mom. You have to eat. We're pretty distracted. Shit, did you hear that?
Are you alive? Did you break anything?
Anyway. Oh, hot. Those are jalapenos. Come, circle in. Join the fun that is story time. So I actually got requested to make a video just telling about my experience with a C-section. Among all of the things that I was not at all prepared for with pregnancy, one being pregnant in the first place, we were not trying very hard to not get pregnant apparently. But then it became this amazing blessing. Pregnancy is very strange. It is. Can't lie. There are a lot of things that I expected from pregnancy that I did not get whatsoever. One of them was people telling me, especially, the professionals in my life, i.e. all of my midwives, have a birth plan, but also be flexible with your birth plan. I was not at all flexible with my birth plan. I wanted my essential oils, I was gonna sage the room, I wanted my music, I wanted all the things. And I did not get that. My son was a week and a day late. My water broke on Tuesday morning at 5:45 a.m. And I only know this because I was like getting up to move a car. My water breaks. I'm so excited. All I wanted my entire pregnancy was a dramatic water breaking. This was it. It breaks. I'm yelling. Everybody in the house is waking up. My mom and my husband and I, we take our time like getting to the hospital because I was told like, you don't have to rush. You're gonna labor most of the day. Do most of your laboring at home. That way when you get to the hospital, it's just nice and beautiful and easy. So that's what I did. We stopped by Starbucks. I got my coffee. I tried a nitro coffee for the first time. I ended up not being able to finish it. When we get there, this was very strange. And this can go into a whole conversation of whether or not women of color are listened to when it comes to their bodies when we are in a medical setting, or if this was just a weird thing that was happening with my body in particular. I told them that my water broke. I had multiple midwives come in to tell me that one, my water did not break. I probably just peed on myself. I said, no, I know what peeing on myself feels like. I know this was different. That I was dilated 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 3 centimeters. I wasn't dilated at all. One couldn't feel or find my cervix. And I was like, you do not need to be here right now. Finally, midwife comes in, a midwife that I had worked with before, to do the ultrasound to tell me that my son had breached, which means that his head was down, which is not a position that they let you do normal labor in, and that I was being scheduled for a C-section. This was not what I wanted whatsoever. I wanted that full experience of childbirth, especially my first time around. I was gonna go all natural. I wanted to push. I wanted to look at my husband and be like, you did this to me. I did not get any of that. So they start getting me ready for this process. We start changing clothes. They're giving me medication, which then makes me throw up all of the food and coffee that I had just consumed. That was lovely. And start to wheel me to the OR. We had planned on having my mom and his mom in the room with us, and that is not what happened whatsoever. They wheel me away. You kind of just like, bye-bye, as the hospital doors close and there are just people back there, and it's like, come back to us. and they put my husband in like this Marshmallow Man suit. That was probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen. While I'm being prepped for surgery, which is so weird to even think and say, they take me into the operating room without my husband. And in my head, I just imagine my husband like pacing back and forth, freaking out. And it was I was very overwhelmed with emotion and also just wrecked my nerves. I really didn't want this, but you know, at this point it was like whatever makes sense to get my son out of there safe and healthy. I've never had major surgery before, so this was really weird. It's weird. It's very, very strange. They bring me into the room. There's a whole mess of people that I had not talked to nor known my entire pregnancy when you're going to the doctor's office all the time. And I get there, they set me up on the table. It was either supposed to be 3 shots or 2 shots or 3 shots. I ended up having an extra shot because I did not realize that third shot was coming. Excuse me. And I moved. Those go deep. That was a pain, and it's a very small pain, but it's a very pain. You can hear my son in the background, that I was not prepared for. They lay you down on like a crucifix. My arms are spread out, my legs are long, and all of a sudden from here down just goes completely heavy. It's very weird to breathe. You feel like something is sitting on your chest, and I can't move my legs, which as a dancer is very, very nerve-wracking. So I kept trying to move my legs, which also, if you can still move your legs, you should let them know, because they do not need to be cutting into you while your legs are moving. I remember specifically asking for a clear curtain. I ended up getting a blue curtain, which now that I think about it is probably from the best. I don't think that you should watch another person cut into your body. Just my opinion. And they rubbed this thing across my stomach. They're like, you should feel pressure, but you shouldn't actually like feel any like hot or cold or anything. And I was like, no, I'm good. The next thing I know, I just smell burnt hair. I'm like, why are we in a salon right now? Literally, if you want to know what filet stomach smells like, it's burnt hair. You're welcome. And again, in any other situation, this would be a horror movie. When your husband is sitting there talking to you as another person cuts into you, it's weird. And my husband kept looking at me and then looking over the curtain and looking at me and looking over the curtain. And my surgeon is giving him an anatomy lesson of my uterus. You should be close with your husband. You should never be that close with your husband. I mean, just in my opinion. All of a sudden, I feel a lot of wiggling pressure because my surgeon had stuck his hand like they get in there. Just prepare yourself mentally for that. They get in there. And the next thing you know, my son is out of me, and they tell my husband to get the camera ready and take pictures while they're weighing and cleaning him off. I have to say, and maybe if this happens to me for my next child, to be very specific with the surgeons before I go into it, I'm really upset that I didn't have that initial skin-to-skin contact. Like, I didn't get to see him messy. And I know that's very strange, but I was really excited about me physically pulling him out the rest of the way, or my husband pulling him out the rest of the way, getting that messy skin-to-skin contact. If they have to clean them before they give them to you in the operating room, see if you can have somebody take a picture of you and your partner with the baby actually in the room, because I didn't get that, and I was very upset about that afterwards. But overall, my beautiful son is here, and he's healthy and has a very big head. So apparently it may have been a godsend that, you know, I didn't him out the vagina, you know what I mean? But if you're like me, and maybe it's not that children weren't in the plan, maybe they just weren't early on, maybe you're, you know, at this point really focusing on your career, and you and your partner are pregnant, and you're going through all this, just know that you're amazing and this is natural, but it's also very not natural. You can do this. And just kind of take the punches where they come, because that's just really gonna prepare you for this crazy, ridiculous journey that is motherhood that I am learning every day, and by no means am any kind of expert. But that's what your C-section may look like. I'm gonna eat the rest of this. Oh, high five. Pinky promise? Good job. E.T.? Knuckles? Pinky promise? Ooh! Knuckles? Good job. Say byes. Kisses.
Did you make it to baby before your big break? Me too. And I thought my career was over. Turns out I wasn't alone. Tune in every week for interviews with industry moms and how they do what they do. With me, Courtney Locke, on the Actor Mommy podcast. Available on Spotify and Anchor FM.